Michael was a successful businessman and a strong believer in the gods of his land. Every morning, before the sun rose, he would kneel outside, facing the sacred tree in his compound, and whisper his prayers. At night, before sleeping, he would offer kola nut, palm wine, and small sacrifices to thank the gods. Michael had 3 wives. 2 of them ran separate businesses, while the youngest was a tailor. His household was busy, and his wives respected him because he provided for them and treated them fairly. Every year, during the great festival of Ochichi Ochedu land, Michael and his family would dance, feast, and present gifts to the gods. He was loved in his village and feared by those who hated him. But one decision changed everything. One Monday morning, Michael decided to visit a neighboring town to sell goods. He had never been there before, but had heard there was good money to make. To get there, he had to cross a wide, famous bridge. The bridge was always busy, filled with sellers shouting their prices and travelers buying food. At the center of the bridge stood a small shop known as Amanda's Delicious Meal, where many travelers stopped to eat. He ate steaming hot rice with peppered meat and fresh palm wine. The food was so good that he asked the salesgirl who cooked it, but the girl only smiled and said, "Madam Amanda is around, but she is resting." Michael didn't think much of it and left. The next day, Michael was driving to town again when he saw a young woman standing by the roadside. She was tall, very beautiful, and had a faint smile that almost froze Michael's heart. She waved at him, asking for a lift. "Where are you going?" Michael asked. "Same way you were going," she said softly. Michael opened the door. She entered. Her perfume filled the car, and the air felt suddenly cold. As they drove, they talked. She was calm, gentle, and laughed at his jokes. But when Michael asked about her family, she stayed quiet, just staring out the window. After some minutes, she told him to stop at a lonely, quiet spot. He obeyed. When he looked back to wave goodbye, she was gone. Not walking away, not standing. Just gone. A shiver ran through his body. That night, Michael could not sleep. The image of the lady's face stayed with him. The next morning, he drove the same route, hoping to see her again. He didn't. Days passed. Weeks passed. Then one day, when he least expected it, there she was again, standing in the exact same place, waiting for him. From that day, whenever Michael saw her, he would stop to carry her. She would always ask him to drop her at that same lonely spot. At night, he began to dream about her. He saw her standing by the bridge, calling his name softly. Sometimes he would see her standing at the foot of his bed, smiling. He started waking up drenched in sweat. His wives noticed his strange behavior. "Why are you so happy some days and so sad other days?" the first wife asked. "The gods are either pleased or angry," Michael would reply with a fake smile. But deep inside, he knew it was not the gods. It was the woman. One day, Michael stopped at Amanda's Delicious Meal to eat. To his shock, the woman who brought his food looked exactly like the mysterious lady. Michael's heart raced. She didn't act like she knew him. He wanted to ask her questions, but didn't. When he returned the next day, she was gone. After several weeks, he saw her again by the roadside. This time, Michael gathered courage and asked her name. "My name is Amanda," she said. Michael froze. Amanda. The same name as the shop. When they reached the town, Michael turned to look at her. But she had vanished again. Michael could not resist her anymore. He confessed his feelings the next time he saw her. To his surprise, Amanda smiled and said, "I love you too." From that day, Michael's life changed completely. He rented a house for her and sent 2 of his daughters to work in her shop. But strange things began to happen. Amanda never ate with them. She would cook delicious meals, but never touch the food herself. The neighbor's dog barked endlessly whenever Amanda was around. It only stopped when she left. A drunkard in town always shouted at Amanda, telling her to go back to where she belongs. Michael's youngest daughter noticed everything. Michael's dreams started becoming terrifying. In one dream, Amanda was standing on the bridge in the rain, crying blood. When he tried to run to her, he saw dozens of travelers standing behind her, all with pale faces and hollow eyes. They all pointed at him and whispered, "Free us." He woke up screaming. The next morning, he told Amanda about the dream. Amanda's face became serious. "You must never speak of such dreams again," she said coldly. For the first time, Michael felt real fear. Michael's third wife once confronted him. "Michael," she said, "this woman you are seeing, she is not ordinary. She never visits anyone, and she walks like a shadow. Open your eyes." The drunkard's words, the dog's barking, Amanda's refusal to eat, everything started making sense. Michael began asking Amanda about her family, her friends, anyone she knew. Each time, Amanda would change the topic. Then one night, Michael followed her secretly. He saw her standing at the lonely spot where she always asked to be dropped. She was talking, but no one was there. Suddenly, he saw faint shadows standing around her. And then, Amanda vanished into thin air. One Sunday morning, Amanda cooked a big meal for Michael and his daughters. "You will travel to the village today," she said gently. Michael and his daughters were happy. They ate, packed their bags, and waved her goodbye. Amanda stood at the door, watching them drive away, tears glistening in her eyes. That was the last time they saw her. When Michael returned days later, Amanda was gone. Her house was empty. Her shop was empty. All her belongings had vanished. Michael's youngest daughter screamed. On the wall, written in blood-like letters, were the words, "Thank you, Michael. I am free now. Never look for me." At that moment, Michael felt something cold touch his neck. He turned sharply, but saw no one. The neighbor's dog began howling like it had seen death. That night, Michael dreamed again. Amanda was standing on the bridge smiling. Behind her were many spirits. "You have freed us all," she whispered. Then they all disappeared into the night. When Michael woke up, he found himself crying, but deep inside, he felt something watching him, and he knew Amanda would never really leave him.